Good morning, good morning, good morning, you guys. Excuse the fit. There is a reason for it that includes all this sand, but I'm doing a mining simulation lab today, and I need to get started like now. So we'll hop right into it, and I'll pick up the camera later. But I'm just gonna get this lab set up, and I'll explain it all later. I promise. Whew. Okay, you guys, here are the mining sites. It's always just super random. I did add a dash of blue food, ignore my hand, sorry. Blue food coloring to anytime I had an above ground pond, which I just use as a petri dish. The dice are homes, and there's like a cost associated with like the homes. I'll get into the whole thing later, but I just want to show you guys all the mine sites before the kids start going crazy. But I just try and make everyone super unique, super different, because based on like what they have in their mine site, it totally changes their game. So I wanted everyone's game to be just like a touch different. So fingers crossed this all goes good. But now I gotta clean up this mess. Oh, I just realized so I just went to go print something, and there was a 23-minute wait on the printer queue. And then it hit me, I haven't printed anything for today's lab. Like, I thought I was gonna be able to like zip in there, print this all off. Nope, I was able to print one thing. I think, actually, that being said, maybe I should go check my folder. I'm kind of panicking because I'm like, oh my God, I really need to print like massive packets. Okay, kind of freaking out. Ooh, see you guys in a minute. I'm slightly panicking because the printer still has a 25-minute wait. The kids get here in 10 minutes and nothing's printed. I just confirmed. Why do I do this to myself? Like, why do I not print things when they're supposed to be printed? And you know what? It's literally queued up yesterday, 55 copies, which makes me think that for some reason the print job didn't go through last night, because I'm like, I printed it. So, sorry, you guys are just like here for my mental insanity moment. I did print it, and the print job just didn't go through. And now I'm in a 20-minute line, and the kids get here in 10 minutes. Awesome. Yeah, literally all like the print settings were exactly how I left them. Holy guacamole. Okay, I need to get their bell ringer set up and just get everything that I can get done while I wait for this to hopefully print. I guess worst comes to worst, I can just upload it onto Google Classroom and they can answer it from there. So it's not the end of the world, but talk about a little Monday morning anxiety. So, Monday morning, you guys, it's Thursday. Okay, that might tell you how stressed I am. I'm gonna work on this. I'll see you guys in a minute. Gotta get their bell ringer set up. That's done. I'm gonna go check the office. Fingers crossed. You guys, my hair looks crazy. I feel like this is what's fitting for a miner, so whatever. And my shirt's choking me. Maybe I'll just unbutton that one. Okay. You guys, I feel like this morning has just been like a documentation of me looking mentally unstable, to be honest, because first I'm playing with sand, toys, you know, all sorts of things. And then the printer debacle. And honestly, like, normally I'd be fine to let the printer sit and it say, like, oh, you have, come on, projector. You guys, technology's fighting me today. Yes. Okay. Normally I'm totally cool to let the projector, like, sit and think about it. The printer, like, sit there and kind of think about it and take its time getting warmed up. But honestly, like, our printer runs out of paper and then the print job stops and then no one's in there because why would they be? We're all teaching classes, so the printer paper doesn't get refilled. So it's like always, ew, this color. So it's always kind of this like, fingers crossed it's gonna go. So fingers crossed it's gonna go, but I am gonna go ahead and upload that worksheet onto Google Classroom just in case it doesn't. But I kind of wanted to avoid the Google Classroom iPad situation because we are dealing with sand and water, as you guys could see, and I just don't like that to be around their school iPads. Like, kind of risky. So, whatever. First block's gonna come in. I'm trying to calm my mind, relax a little. But I know for a fact I definitely do not have enough of these little cups, but that's okay. That's okay. You guys, all the stress this morning was literally for nothing. All the stuff ended up printing out literally during the notes with my first block. But because we did like notes, I kind of feel like it did take up too much time. You guys, this collar is driving me nuts. I'm like so sorry you have to look at that. But the notes took up too much time, so I don't think I'm gonna do notes with my next 2 environmental science blocks so we can have more mining time. But I want to show you what the mining worksheet looked like that I created, and the table. But it was also really good that I was able to do the mining activity with my first block and then have biology second, because it gave me a time to kind of like reflect on what was going wrong and right. So this way I could like make clearer instructions when I talked about it. So this mining lab, you guys, this is literally so much fun. This is what the worksheet looks like. There was kind of a worksheet on the website. I'll put the website name down here, but it's really, really an awesome project. I love it. But I pulled their instructions and then kind of added in my own. So, you know, I do things like the underlining and the bolding so they can really draw their attention to it. But what I've been loving that I do the most is labeling the before and then labeling the after. I'm like pointing with my head. And so this way the kids know exactly what they need to get before we even start and then what they need to get done after we're done. But the one thing that I've been doing that's really been like saving my butt lately is I've been saying you need to highlight the instructions or the rules, like whatever based on the assignment, before you can do anything. And if there's no highlighting on it, you're gonna lose points. So this way it ensures they're actually reading the instructions. And if they don't read the instructions and they mess it up, they have no excuse. So that's what I've been doing. It's going really, really well. And then here's the little data sheet. I made this up because the data sheet on the website isn't there and it makes me so sad. But let me show you guys, let me kind of like walk you through the lab since we have time. So the first thing you have to do is you have to set up a store. Just all these different basic lab tools or at-home tools that you might have, and they get mining names. So the bulldozer, the earth mover, the large dump truck, large crane, small crane, yada, yada, yada. They can then come to the store, and these are all, so when they start their mining process, they have to buy their mine site, which is what I was making this morning. I'll show you guys again, for either $5 or $2 plus 10% profit at the end. Of course, fake money printed out, ready to rumble. Monopoly money would have been easier if I had time to order it. Then they're allowed to come buy any tools they would like to use, or the store is open throughout the lab simulation so they can come visit the store and get additional tools if they need it. Of course, prices on everything, because this lab simulation thing moves really, really quick, so you got to be ready once it starts. I have my cheat sheet with me of any way they would lose money, what minerals are worth and stuff like that. You need to know these things because I'll keep explaining in a minute. So step one, either $5 to buy their mine site outright, or they bring me $2 and will give me 10% profit at the end. They come pick their mine site. Their mine site has plants, they have animals. I'm using dice as rocks, and then these things as homes. And then some of them have ponds and lakes, and some of them, like underneath, have gloves filled with water as like a water reserve. And so they all look a little different. So they'll pay, get their mine site. Then someone has to map out their mine site, because once they're done mining, it has to get totally put back exactly where it does. So they lose money if the water spills. They lose money if things aren't exactly where they're supposed to be. They lose money if an animal falls over, that means it died. Or if a house falls over, because that also means it died. So that's the start. Then they get their fees and purchasing like expenses. So any way they could lose money, and any way and anything they can buy. So they're able to use this. They have their money. They all start out with a certain amount of money. You can start them all off with the same or all different amounts. All of these are different. So they buy their mine. They decide if they want to buy anything right off the bat. And then you start. And it's kind of crazy once it starts, because it's going to be in 15-day increments for the mining. And the mining is just for walnuts, beans, and other beans. So, you know, check with your kids' allergies before you do this. But these are the minerals that they're looking for. So they have 15 days to find all of them to earn max profit. So the day is 60 seconds long. So you'll say, okay, we are now starting a day, and that's when they can start mining. They all start with a few basic tools like tweezers and a little cup, and that's it. And immediately after day one, they're like, oh my gosh, like we need a dump site, we need this. Like they start to figure out they need more things. And so then at nighttime, it's 30 seconds long. That's when I let them come to the store. And if any of them work in that 30 seconds, you charge them for like breaking the labor law. It's $1. But you got to put enough minerals in there to make it last 15 rounds. First block, I did not have enough minerals in there, so we lasted 10 rounds, which was fine. But that was a good like note for me to take so I could adjust for third and fourth block. And then this just goes on and on. 60 seconds of daylight, 30 seconds of rest. 60 seconds of daylight, 30 seconds of rest. So it ends up being this whole process. Like, it's so funny because some kids will be like, oh my gosh, we need to like buy all the tools, like buy the strainers, buy everything. And then they get everything really quick, and then they're not finding anymore. And some kids are like, no, we only need the small cranes, the tweezers. So it's really funny. And because everyone's set up different, they can't like go to another station that's being successful and be like, what are they doing? So it's really cool. Hopefully I have some like pictures or videos I can put in here of them doing it with their faces not in it. So fingers crossed about that. But now I'm gonna eat my lunch. I'll show you guys what I brought. I really hope that explanation made sense. Honestly, got some delicious organic blueberries, carrots, and a banana. Oh my gosh, you guys, I just filmed a whole clip and I wasn't even filming, so. But I brought all fruits and veggies because normally, ooh, I spilled my water, but the lid was on it. But normally for breakfast, I have a fruit smoothie. But because I got those 3 crowns done last week, there is so much pain if I have like something cold like that. So like ice cold, like a smoothie is. So I've been eating instant oatmeal from Quaker and then doing all my fruits and veggies just as a lunch. It's not super filling, but I feel like it's good to get in. But I feel like I need to get in my fruits and veggies. Struggling here. But I feel like I need to get in my fruits and veggies. I've been on a huge blueberry kick lately. Okay, I'm gonna eat my lunch. I have 9 minutes till the kids come in. Okay, hello, you guys. The school day is over, and I'm just trying to kind of clean up my classroom right now. It is literally such a mess from this lab. Not like kid messy things, but like teacher messy things. Like I just feel like I have stuff everywhere. I've been picking it up, but like this Chromebook cart is where I like store all the assignments kind of like on deck. I feel like it's just been like chock full of stuff. Oh, oops. I just feel like it's been chock full of stuff all week long. I literally cannot believe it's Thursday already. I'm like looking around, I'm like, holy cow, when did all this happen? There's just stuff everywhere, like random stuff, like a piece of paper from my binder just hanging out, an open lunchbox, like what is my life? My open backpack, and like just papers everywhere. I'm like a crazy person today. But oh my gosh, you guys, I feel like I am so behind. Ew, terrible view. I'm so sorry. But I feel like I am so behind in like all my teacher things. Like I feel like everything in my classroom is a mess. I feel like my planning is behind. I don't know. I just feel like, not that I'm failing, but I feel like I'm kind of like testing my luck. Would that be a more appropriate way to put it? But yeah, so I'm just cleaning up everything. I do love the lab that I did today, the one with the sand, the mining lab, because it's so much fun and like the kids really like it. But it's really messy because it's sand and they're digging through the sand to find their stuff, and there's just like a lot of components to it. Like you saw how the store was set up, so that's all things that you have to like bring in and set up, and they all get sandy and they all get dirty, and there's beans and there's this and there's that, so it kind of turns into like a really messy disaster. Like look at all that sand. But I'm just trying to get in general cleaned up ish. There's stuff all over the ground. Oh, annoying. Okay, got that cleaned up. Okay, cool. So that's clean. I think I'm going to deal with the rest of this tomorrow. Got to condense all my clipboards in one place. You guys, update on the clipboard usage. It's awesome. So before I always said like, oh, I use a sticky note to like make sure I keep track of all the things I have to do. Using the clipboard has been so great. Hold on, I want to show you guys. So for example, I'll just put a single piece of paper on a clipboard, and as the day goes, like anytime anything comes up or I remember anything, I immediately write it down and just like check it off once it's done. And I just keep it locked and loaded in my clipboard. And if a kid starts telling me about some assignment or some day they're gonna be gone, I'll immediately be like, bring me my purple clipboard, or oh, bring me my pink clipboard, so I can write it down. And that is like changing my life, to say the least. Okay, so this is cleaner. Luckily, my bio stuff is kind of planned for tomorrow. It's not my favorite activities or worksheets, but honestly, I'm kind of struggling my way through it. It's like the anatomy unit, like heart, immune, and something else. Tomorrow's the last day of all the anatomy stuff in bio, so I'm really, really happy about that, to say the least. But I've kind of been like struggling my way through it, so I don't know. Like bio will come in tomorrow and we'll spend probably 3 hours altogether, or I have 2 blocks of bio coming in for an hour and a half each, and I'm just so ready to be done with it. Then I'm really excited. Tomorrow's the last day, but I wish I had something like cooler to do, because it's all kind of worksheet and video based, because I'm kind of, I don't want to say I'm learning it with them, but I'm getting a better feel for it to help give me ideas for next year. But I don't know. What else? You guys, I look rough. I remember I did this hairstyle this morning thinking it'd be like cute, and every time I've looked in the video or like the viewfinder, I'm like, this looks terrible. So I don't know. Bios tomorrow to do that stuff. And ecology tomorrow, but I'm actually excited about that, because if you watch me on Insta stories, fast forward a few seconds, but I designed a worksheet. Let me see if I kept one. No. Yes. Okay. So I did a wildlife issues, and basically I gave them 5 local issues that we have here. Oops, sorry. 5 local issues we have here, and they had to go to like 3 different local sources, figure out the source name, what the source thought about the topic, write it down. Then they gave me their personal opinion. Then they went to see if there was any like spokesperson or interest groups that were dealing with this issue. Then they used all that information to make like quick little posters or pamphlets, whatever they wanted to do. And then I hung them up. Then they created a questionnaire on Google Forms that like the public could go and take to express their opinion or attitude about it. So it's like just been a really cool accumulation. It's just been a really cool accumulation of like, what do people in our community actually care about? What's like the media portraying it as? And then after all the surveys were done and on Google Classroom, the kids are able to like take them. So then we can compile that data and analyze it and like just kind of get into that. So what? I thought I didn't have my sunglasses today. Your girl was wrong. See, maybe if I wear these all day I'd look better. Okay. Well, I'll see you guys in the car, I think. Okay.